Have you ever wondered what the future of home entertainment looks like? Imagine a tiny box that turns your living room into a cinematic powerhouse, blending Apple's ecosystem, cutting-edge visuals, and smart features you never knew you needed. Well, it's coming. The highly anticipated Apple TV 4K is right around the corner, and trust me, this upgrade isn't just about streaming shows, it's about redefining the way we experience entertainment. Welcome to Tech Vibe, where we dive deep into the most exciting tech shaping our future. The Apple TV lineup has always had one goal: take your screen and transform it into something magical. With past versions, we've seen stunning 4K HDR playback, Dolby Vision, and Dolby Atmos audio. But Apple is never content with good enough. With the next Apple TV 4K, insiders are pointing toward a leap forward that blends power, design, and new experiences. If you've been holding off upgrading your streaming device, this may be the one that finally convinces you. So let's tackle the question first: when is the new Apple TV 4K coming? Based on Apple's release rhythm, it's very likely to launch in late 2025, possibly alongside new Macs or even the iPhone 17 lineup during the fall event. Apple tends to refresh its TV box every 2 to 3 years, and with the last significant update in 2022 and a smaller revision in 2023, we are right on schedule. This isn't speculation for the sake of hype, the timing just makes sense. Apple wants to keep the Apple TV 4K fresh, competitive, and deeply integrated into their ecosystem, especially as streaming and gaming become bigger than ever. Now here's where it gets exciting. What upgrades can we expect? The biggest rumor buzzing in the Apple community is the jump to a brand new processor. This time, we're talking about the A17 Pro or possibly even an M-series chip scaled for living room use. Imagine the leap in performance. Not only would this mean smoother menus and instant app loading, but it also paves the way for serious gaming on Apple TV. Think console-level gaming on a small box that slips into your entertainment center. Pair it with Apple Arcade or cloud gaming services, and suddenly the Apple TV 4K isn't just a streamer, it's a gateway to next-gen living room entertainment. And that's not all. The next Apple TV 4K is expected to double down on video quality. We're likely looking at support for 8K video output, or at least Apple's version of future-proofing with advanced upscaling that makes 4K content look sharper than ever. Imagine streaming a movie and feeling like you're seeing details you never noticed before: the texture of fabric, the shimmer of water, the glow of neon lights in a cityscape. Apple has always leaned on its mastery of color accuracy, so expect Dolby Vision IQ improvements that adapt to the lighting in your room, giving you perfect visuals every time, whether you're watching in bright daylight or cozy darkness. Now, let's talk about audio, because what good is stunning video without sound that matches? Apple has already delivered Dolby Atmos support, but the new Apple TV 4K could push even further. Insiders are whispering about improved spatial audio integration. Imagine pairing your Apple TV with AirPods Pro, AirPods Max, or even the HomePod lineup and getting a surround sound experience tailored to your living room. Apple might even introduce new calibration features using the microphones on your iPhone to analyze your room and optimize audio automatically. That's the kind of seamless Apple magic that makes you wonder why no one thought of it sooner. Here's a hook. What if your Apple TV could also act as a smart home hub unlike anything before? Apple has already begun tying the Apple TV into HomeKit, but the next generation could make it the ultimate smart home brain. Think Thread and Matter support built in, controlling everything from your lights to your thermostat with ultra-low latency. It wouldn't just be your entertainment hub, it would be the heartbeat of your connected home. And that's a huge selling point as smart homes become more mainstream. But we can't ignore gaming. Apple's strategy has been slowly but surely pushing Apple Arcade, and with a more powerful Apple TV 4K, this might be the moment it goes mainstream. Imagine native support for higher refresh rates like 120 Hz gaming, along with Bluetooth controller compatibility not just for Apple's own gear, but for PlayStation and Xbox controllers too. Suddenly. Why, you don't need a bulky console, just your Apple TV 4K, a controller, and a good internet connection. And when you think about Apple's rumored interest in cloud gaming, the picture gets even more interesting. Design-wise, Apple may keep things minimalistic, as they usually do. Expect a sleek, compact black box, possibly even slimmer than before. But don't be fooled by its size. Inside, this device could pack serious power. Apple might also redesign the Siri remote, which has always been a love-hate accessory. The new version could feature haptic feedback, improved touch controls, and tighter integration with Siri, allowing you to control not just your Apple TV but your entire Apple ecosystem with voice commands. Imagine sitting on your couch, saying, "Hey Siri, dim the lights, play my watch list," and everything just happens. That's the Apple promise. Now let's think bigger. With Apple Vision Pro entering the ecosystem, there's speculation that the new Apple TV 4K might integrate more directly with spatial computing. Picture this: you're watching a movie on your Apple TV, then seamlessly continue it on your Vision Pro in a massive virtual theater environment. Or vice versa, starting on Vision Pro and then handing it off to the big screen. This crossover potential is exactly how Apple locks people deeper into its ecosystem, and it could be a huge game changer for those investing in multiple Apple devices. And of course, let's not forget about storage. The current Apple TV 4K comes in 64 GB and 128 GB options, but with gaming and larger apps on the horizon, we could see even bigger storage tiers, maybe 256 GB or more. That might sound like overkill for a streaming device, but when you consider apps, games, offline downloads, and even future AR or VR integrations, the extra space makes sense. Price is another factor we need to discuss. Historically, the Apple TV 4K has hovered around the $129 to $179 range, depending on the model. With major upgrades like a new processor, possible 8K support, and deeper integration into Apple's ecosystem, don't be surprised if the next Apple TV 4K edges closer to $199 or even $249. But here's the kicker: Apple has a way of justifying the cost by making the experience so polished that alternatives simply don't feel as good. Here's a quick scenario to capture the vision. You walk into your living room on a Friday night. You sit down, press one button on your sleek new Apple TV 4K remote, and instantly your lights dim, your sound system calibrates, and your TV glows with the crispest, smoothest visuals you've ever seen. You dive into a movie, but halfway through, you want a snack. No worries, the Apple TV syncs with your iPhone, and the movie continues seamlessly as you walk to the kitchen. Later, you switch gears and fire up a game, and suddenly your Apple TV transforms into a console, with smooth gameplay that rivals dedicated gaming systems. That's not just entertainment, it's an ecosystem experience only Apple can deliver. Of course, we'll need to wait for Apple to confirm these details, but if history tells us anything, the company is always about blending performance with simplicity. They don't just want to give you a streaming box, they want to give you the center of your digital life in your living room. So, is the upcoming Apple TV 4K worth waiting for? Absolutely. With a new chip, enhanced visuals, upgraded audio, smarter integration, and possibly even a bigger push into gaming, this could be Apple's most compelling living room device yet. This is Tech Vibe, where we bring you the latest, the smartest, and the coolest in technology. If you enjoyed diving into what the new Apple TV 4K could bring, stick around because we've got plenty more coming your way. Until next time, keep exploring, keep streaming, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.